On day 4, we're going to consider how to have compassion towards Jesus from Mark 1:44 through 45. It opens this way. Don't tell anyone about this. Instead, go to the priest and let him examine you. Take along the offering required in the law of Moses for those who have been healed of leprosy. This will be a public testimony that you have been cleansed. But the man went and spread the word, proclaiming to everyone what had happened. As a result, the large crowd soon surrounded Jesus, and he couldn't publicly enter a town anywhere. He had to stay out in the secluded places, but people from everywhere kept coming to him. Despite Jesus' intentional instruction, the healed man spread the news of his encounter with Jesus far and wide. It's not clear whether or not he went to the priest at the temple, but what is clear is that he couldn't contain the good news of what happened. Understandable, right? Absolutely. Like I shared in day 3, it's so easy for us to simply rush forward from our place of suffering and want to leave all else in the dust. Unfortunately, in his excitement, he left in the dust the very person who had compassion on him in the first place, Jesus. Jesus knew his day of ministry were numbered before the Jewish religious elite and Roman authorities would close in on him. His ability to move from town to town to teach and perform miracles without bottlenecking attention was dwindling. We can assume part of the reason he asked the former leper to follow specific instructions was to first testify to the Jewish religious elite, and second, to allow time for him to move freely before being sought out by mobs of people desiring healing or to see healing. When Jesus instructs, he is always intentional. Sadly, we see the downside of the healed leopard bypassing Jesus' instruction. Jesus was forced into seclusion. This was different from Jesus choosing to take a break to be alone with the Father. While of course we know Jesus had compassion in his heart for the healed man, this story challenges me to consider whether I would have had compassion for Jesus. Let's think about it this way. How often do we take into account what Jesus suffered so that we may have life and hope? Though Jesus was and is perfectly divine, he took on flesh and suffered many things in our place, including death on a cross. As we grow in our faith, we can grow to consider Jesus and his sacrifice as we receive the hope and healing he so freely offers. This consideration is meant to draw us towards the heart of God. If this blessed you, we'd invite you to like and subscribe so that you can receive more content that we hope will help you learn to live and love like Jesus.